The Smithville and West Lincoln real estate market is changing again, and prices have taken another turn. Stay tuned because what's happening right now could affect your home's value and your next move. Hey, my name's David Hildebrand, and I'm a realtor with RE/MAX Escarpment Realty Inc. By the way, I help people just like you every week who are looking to make the right move to Smithville, and I'd love to help you as well. The best way to reach me is to call or text me directly at 905-353-5149 or email me at david@wstrealty.com. You can also click the link in the description to get a hold of me directly, and I'd love to talk over your future real estate plans. So what's the story with Smithville and West Lincoln markets this month? Prices have been trending down, inventory's changing, and buyer behavior looks a lot different than it did in the spring. Let's start with the benchmark price because it's one of the clearest ways to see what's really happening in today's real estate market. The benchmark price represents what a typical home would sell for in the area that we're looking at. So it's not an average, but rather it cuts out the high highs and the low lows and gives you a more meaningful number to show where the market is. In Smithville and West Lincoln, the benchmark price has gone from $725,000 in March down to $690,000 in October, which represents a 4.8% decrease. Don't panic though. This mirrors the market trends that are happening throughout the Niagara region. The market's not collapsing, it's adjusting. Buyers are being more selective, which is normal as rates drop and the market stabilizes. Next, we move on to the sales to new listings ratio, which tells us how competitive things are. A balanced market sits between 40 to 60%, indicating that supply and demand are about even. In Smithville and West Lincoln, both September and October have either fallen into this percentage or exceeded it, which indicates that we're in a balanced market right now. This is likely due to pent-up demand as well as a desire for buyers to buy homes before the winter season sets in. Compared to the frenzy that we saw during the 2021 and 2022 pandemic, this market that we're in right now is a much healthier market. It rewards smart pricing, good presentation, and patience. As we look at our sales to new listings ratio over the course of this year, 2025, we can see that July and August had an extremely low sale to new listing ratio between 20 and 28%, whereas we've transitioned really well into the fall market looking at September and October with sale to new listings ratios between 48% and all the way up to 73.7% in October. This tells us that when a home is priced right in Smithville and West Lincoln, they are selling fast and they are selling close to asking price. This also indicates that there's been a relatively strong surge in the Smithville and West Lincoln real estate market. This upward surge could be a combination of both the interest rates coming down as well as a natural transition that happens between the summer and fall real estate markets. When homes sit in the Smithville and West Lincoln real estate market, it's almost always due to the home being overpriced or there being just a lot of things that need to be fixed with the house that buyers don't want to take on. Buyers right now are very sharp. They know value when they see it, and they're willing to pay for it if your home is priced right. Now we're going to move on to look at days on market, or DOM, which is how quickly homes are selling from the time that they're first listed to when they're finally sold. So as we look at our days on market graph, we can see that it's been all over the place, anywhere from 27 days on market in July, all the way up to 83 days on market in October. What's interesting about looking at October stats is that there was a relatively high number of sales in October, but we can see that generally homes are still taking longer to sell. The 85 days on market that we see in October is higher than what we would normally see, but is still indicative of where we are in terms of a fall market. We know based off of the current days on market number in October that homes are still taking relatively long to sell, and buyers do have the negotiating power, as well as the ability to insert different clauses that will protect them with regards to financing conditions, home inspections, which is also showing us that this market is balancing out appropriately to where buyers and sellers are on even playing fields. One of the big questions that I get day to day is what has been selling in this year? What price points are hot? Which price points are sitting a lot? And so we'll take a look at those numbers now. As we can see based off of this chart, homes that are priced between $600,000 and $800,000 is kind of the meat and potatoes of the Smithville and West Lincoln market, as both first-time home buyers and move-up buyers fall within this category. This price point has been the most active in Smithville and West Lincoln, with 47 sales happening and an average days on market of 44 days. Now, as we transition to the next price point of between $800,000 and $1 million, this is where things really start to slow down. We have 19 sales total, and those are taking on average 83 days to sell. It's been extremely difficult in Smithville and West Lincoln to sell homes between $800,000 and $1 million in 2025. As we transition over the $1 million price point to $1 million plus, we see a lot more sales again at 33 sales and a days on market that's lower than the middle tier market at 61 days on market. There's a lot of buyers also looking in the $1 million plus range, and Smithville and West Lincoln have a lot of rural and acreage properties that will naturally be over $1 million with buyers that are highly motivated in that price point. So the sweet spot in Smithville and West Lincoln is $600,000 to $800,000. That's where we're seeing consistent movement and a lot of buyer activity. If you're looking in that price point, you're likely going to encounter a lot of competition as people are looking to capitalize on the value that it offers in comparison to other regions around, such as Grimsby or Beamsville. So what should you take away from today's market update? Well, if you're a seller, you should definitely focus on things that are within your control. That would include curb appeal, presentation, and most importantly, pricing. Homes that hit the market, that are presented well, and are priced right in this later fall market are still selling very quickly. For buyers, this is a great window of opportunity before we enter the winter market. Buyers have more time and more inventory available to them, giving them an ability to negotiate with sellers more than in other markets that we've seen here in 2025. If you'd like a personalized report for your home or neighborhood, reach out to me and I'll tell you exactly where your home fits in today's market. Again, the best way to contact me is to call or text me directly at 905-353-5149 or to email me at david@wstrealty.com. You can also click the link in the description to get a hold of me directly. I'm David Hildebrand, Realtor with RE/MAX Escarpment Realty Inc, and I want to thank you for sitting in to watch today's market update. I hope you learned a lot. Please join me next month for next month's market update. I look forward to seeing you then.